that's it, I'm finished. I just had too many losses in a row. Trading psychology is not a subject that I've tried to cover before, primarily because I'm not a psychologist. However, I do have several years of experience and a multitude of problems which I have carried through my trading, which I've also got help for. With this video, I'm going to go through the issues that have bothered me, how I've solved them, and some of the issues that I'm still currently going through, and how I'm trying to solve them to narrow your learning curve to make your success that much quicker than mine. So, step one, which I'm going to suggest to you, as long as you have a positive expectancy, stick to your plan. That's it. Do not deviate. Do not do anything different. Just stick rigidly to your plan. Because if you have a positive expectancy and you're taking all the trades that you're meant to, you should have an outcome pretty much the same as your testing. So you are reducing all the variance, all the additional elements to your trading, because sticking to your trading plan is going to be the be-all and end-all of your success as a trader. At the end of the day, if you're employed by any business doing anything and you start doing things which are outside of the remit of your job, sooner or later you're going to be fired. The same thing goes for your trading. If in your trading plan, for example, and trust me, I have made these mistakes before as well, but moving my stop loss too soon. I have extended my targets. I have changed my position sizes. I've taken partials. All these things in the FTR trading strategy, you don't need to do. You set the trade, you set your stop loss, you get your entry, you set your target, and you leave it. We cannot change the outcome of what's going to happen on the charts. In our back testing, we can't change the outcome of what happens on the charts. In our back testing, we don't take partials, we don't move our stop losses, we just take the win or we take the loss. In real life, have I made more money by moving my stop loss? Or have I made more money by moving my targets? No, I've actually lost money. So in November 23, I made the conscious decision, this is it now, I'm sticking rigidly to my plan. That takes me on to part number 2, forget the outcomes. There was something put into the FTR Discord group where it said, forget the outcome of your trades, just take 20 trades in accordance to your plan. Now, well, the positive with that is what you're doing is you're shifting your mental focus away from the results and to actually just doing what you're meant to do. It is very hard when you're using trading as your sole purpose of income. I'm lucky to an extent because I have the income of the FTR trading group as well to supplement me if my trading suffers. Shouldn't get to that point anymore, but I did have that as a backup maybe a year ago, which I'm very grateful for, by the way. But not everybody has that as an option. Some people have only trading. If trading is your only option, go and get a job. Please just stop trading, at least for the time being, and go and get a job and get that stable income that you need, because the pressure is immense. I have been there. I've been there 2 or 3 times back when money was really tight. And it was very, very difficult because you become reliant on the outcome of the trades because you want to win every trade. The truth of the matter is this, every single trading strategy in the world comes with losses. You can take 2 identical setups, one of them becomes a winner, one of them becomes a loser. That's just called probabilities and market randomness and variance. It just happens. You get a winner, you get a loser, both setups look exactly the same, but what you need to do is gather the information on 50 to 100 of those exact setups and go, right, if my win rate is 25%, but my risk reward ratio is say 1 to 10, you should be taking that trade every single time, even though you're going to lose 3/4 of the time. Okay, it's just a positive expectancy. What you're doing, if you take those 20 trades and you just take those 20 trades exactly how you're meant to take them, you are letting go of that outcome. It's teaching you, just over a 20 trade period, if you just stick to your plan, it will work out fine. Generally speaking, with the FTR strategy, if you're taking 20 trades exactly how you're meant to take it, you will end up with a positive result. If you want to know more about the Discord group, literally just click the link below, take you through to a landing page, you can join us. Part number 3 is trading is a journey. It's not a race. For me, I've been trading full-time for 7 or 8 years, or nearly full-time, because I have had jobs in between when times were tough and when I was also learning my craft. It is a journey. We're lucky that we have access to this software. We have TradingView, we have literally all the brokers who allow us to connect to the market. I'm pretty certain that this market was not meant to be available to us. So we're quite privileged, really, especially compared to previous generations where you'd have to go into an office or you'd have to go into a trading floor to actually place trades. We don't have to do that. We can literally not even roll out of bed, just do it from your phone. We're in a privileged time. Much with anything, it takes thousands of hours to be classed as an expert, but the truth is that it can go way beyond thousands of hours for you to be an expert at Forex. And your chart experience comes from literally just being at the chart. Backtesting is one thing, forward trading is another thing. They are the same thing, but the difference is that real-time trading is you bring in patience. You've got to wait for things to happen. You've got the psychological aspect of looking at your balance go up and down. You start to imagine what it's like if you just press take profit and job done, and you start to feel the losses when they start coming in. You get instant gratification with the back testing. You have very delayed gratification with real life trading. So just remember that trading is a journey. For me, an issue that I found was I would be expecting to pick it up really quick. With a lot of things in life that I've done, I pick it up and I run with it very, very quickly. I'm usually a quick learner, but with trading, it just seems to have taken absolute years, but it took me about 4 years to get profitable. I was consistently profitable, more or less, within about 3.5 years, and then 4 years to get profitable, to go from my minus £17,000 back to break even. That took 4 years, just over 4 years. I think that's slow compared to other people from what I've heard. Some people seem to just pick it up and run with it because they find a strategy to begin with. I have the issue of tinkering with things. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I want to make sure that I can improve the strategy to the point where it can't be improved. And that has been a hindrance as much as it's been a blessing. I've now got probably one of the best trading strategies in the world. I now just need to trade it. So going back to point one, trade your plan. So it will bring me to the next part. The money will come. Do not stress. It's not a race. We're going to get there if you focus and you dedicate your time and your energy and your passion and everything all in one place. Just for some people, it takes a little bit longer than others. For me, it took a long time. It felt like I was just going down this rabbit hole and just going down this pit of despair. And it took me to quit trading to have it all sort of come to me. Yes, when I decided that's it, I'm done, all of a sudden it clicked the same night, luckily. So I'd made up in my mind, that's it, I'm finished. I just had too many losses in a row. I thought I was just gambling. I knew I was pretty much there. I could see it. I could see some people making loads of money, and I could see other people saying this is a scam. And I started listening to the guys who said this is a scam. I thought it must be, because it's just not working for me. And then the same night, luckily, it all just clicked into place. Something popped in my head and I went, I just need to do this. And it was that one slight variance with my trading strategy that has made FTR to what it is today. So with that, I just want to say it takes longer than you think. It just takes time. For me, it was 4 years to get profitable. And for other people, it seems like it takes 6 months. For others, you get people joining FTR, they've been trading on and off for 15 years. But I think it is one of those things where it just takes time. Don't worry about it. Everybody's on their own journey. Maybe in the same group as somebody else, somebody may join at the same time as you, and that person might go off into profitability. Don't let that affect you and your psychology. You're on a different trajectory. That brings me on to point number 6, actually, to stop comparing yourself to others. Now, comparison is the thief of all joy, apparently. I can definitely say that it is for me. I look back to the start of my journey and I was looking at basically hedge fund managers. I was a little bit naive. I didn't think to look on YouTube. I didn't think to look on Instagram or Facebook at the time about trading. I was very naive thinking, oh, no one else does this, clearly. Like, probably the only person in Shropshire at the time who trades. Like, how naive was I? But generally speaking, when I did go over to YouTube, which was at the start of lockdown, to try and stop people from giving their money away to scammers, and create a YouTube channel to give the London breakout, then developed it into FTR, what we now do, I noticed all these other traders and I was like, oh man, they're so much better than me. No one's going to pay attention to my stuff. I'm nowhere near as good as them. They're really established. They must be really rich. This guy's driving a Lambo. This guy's got a Ferrari. This guy's wearing Gucci, so on and so forth. And I just found myself comparing me to someone who's 10 years ahead of me. Just don't do it. On your own journey, don't worry about it. Another thing which kind of goes along to that is strategy hopping. I get asked about it all the time. And trust me, I've done elements of it. I mentioned that I'm a bit of a tinkerer. I try to modify it and improve strategies. Ooh, wind's picked up. I'm not improving it anymore. That is it. This is it. This is how it is staying. It is extremely profitable. I don't need to improve it anymore. I can now just stick to my plan. But for me, that was my version of strategy hopping. I speak to friends on a regular basis who I've known for 4 or 5 years in the industry, and they will come and go. They'll join this community, then they ask to join mine, and then they'll leave, and then they'll go somewhere else, and they're still where they started. They'll get a run of luck where they'll get funded with a prop firm, and then they'll end up with nothing. Now, I can't find the chart, and I tried to find it last night because I was going to refer to it in this video, but I'm just going to have to use my hands instead. So imagine a graph, a progress curve, or the progress bar is going up here, so that's the progress bar, and this is time. When you start, you're right at this starting point, okay, in the corner. So you're starting there, and give it, say, like year, you'll make very little progress, and then maybe year 2, you'll make a bit more, then year 3, you'll make a bit more. The problem is that when you're at that point, a lot of people find that the going gets tough and they jump to another strategy. So they start off almost at 0, and then they have to go along again, go up a little bit, and then they find a new shiny penny, and then they'll strategy hop again. And then they'll go along, and then they'll strategy hop again. Whereas the person who may have had a smaller positive expectancy trading strategy started off really, really, really slowly, but then before long they start to grow. Think of the Warren Buffett growth curve. Maybe not the best example, but he's a slow time investor. He did get lucky a lot right at the start, but generally speaking, he's a slow time investor. Very small gains over a period of time, 4 or 5% a year for him. It's now skyrocketing. For that person who wasn't strategy hopping, they are now reaping the benefits of just being consistent. That's what it comes down to. And it brings me to my final point, that you can have all of your mentality correct for your trading. My trading is pretty much spot on. I am a good trader, but the issue for me is the same issue as what a lot of people are going to have, is external factors. This last 18 months, I'm still not really talking about it. A few of my close friends know what's happened, but it has been the most brutal 18 months of my life. And I don't have any enemies, but if I did, I would not wish any of it on their shoulders. It is the most brutal time of my life. I don't think I'm ever going to go through anything like this again. I hope not. And I would not hope that anybody else goes through it. I do know that it's not unique. So unfortunately, there are people going through similar to me, but we'll come out the other side, I'm sure. However, external factors, everybody has them. When you go into a point of employment, you sign a contract which basically says, do not bring your problems into work with you. It's very, very difficult when your work is your trading and your trading is your sole form of income. Now, for me, what's been going on, it has been heavy, extremely heavy, and absolutely painful. So psychologically painful. Those external factors for me are what's hindering my trading. There's been phases of like 3 months where it's been okay, and then I'll go through a horrendous month when I'm going through it, and it absolutely sucks. And that's not unique to me. There's a lot of people in FTR who have horrendous health issues, which, oh my God, like going through it. We're all going through something. Everyone's going through something. It could be a case where you're in a job where it's 9 to 5 in the UK. So it's during the London session and the New York session, and you're not allowed your phone out with you. That's going to be difficult. You're going to have to modify the strategy, the swing trading strategy with FTR, or you can trade the daily strategy or something like that. So you can still trade. You have to find something which fits around your time availability, which is what I had to do for about 1.5 years, 2 years. I had to trade at 10 o'clock at night, the daily. And the daily mixed with the London breakout led to FTR as it is today. You might have responsibilities with kids, wife, partner. You could live in an environment where it's really noisy, so you can't really concentrate. There's all sorts of factors, but those external factors really do impact what happens on the charts. You can be 10 out of 10 with your trading. Okay, you're the best trader on the planet, but a plant in a dark room, it will die. You need to try to get those external factors honed in and suitable for you. I've bought myself out to probably one of the most beautiful properties in the UK. You cannot beat that view. Well, you probably can, but I can't beat that view. It's incredible. I've had to take myself out of an environment, put myself in a good one. I'm in a fortunate situation where I've been able to do that. Any little adjustments that you can make externally to the charts are going to benefit you on the charts, okay? Your non-trading psychologist giving you some hopefully psychological help with your trading Don't overcomplicate it. Try to make your life as happy and as buoyant as possible. Try to focus when you can. Try to dedicate yourself to the charts when you can, but do not lose sight of everything else around you. Trading should not be your sole focus in life. It needs to be one of multiples. This year, I made a few targets, and my friends who know me as very focused on my trading were kind of surprised when I said that my two main focuses this year were improve my health. So I've lost a lot of weight. I'm getting fit in the gym, got a personal trainer, got a good routine now, healthy eating, etc. And the other part was to have fun with life, because I've spent the best part of 10 years just extremely hyper-focused, and I've forgotten about everything else which goes on to make you enjoy life. So for me, it's health and happiness will lead to improvement on everything else. And it's been doing a pretty good job. This year, I'm up close to a on my account, which is incredible. Guys in FTR know, the guys who follow me on Instagram know, I'm fairly vocal on my trades that I take, wins and losses. I show them all. So, and if you do want to see how I mark up my charts, we are launching a markup service that's going to be ready very soon. We're finally out of legals. We can get that launched in the next week or two. Just going through the final setup process with that. If you want that, register on the form. I'll email you when it's ready and you can join. So you can basically take the trades that I'm taking, or at least give yourself more of an informed decision as to whether or not you would. But it means that you don't get left behind. So for those of you who just do not want to learn how to trade, but you want to reap the rewards of it, or those of you who are stuck in an environment which you just cannot improve yet, literally join the markup service, because it will be worth it. Maybe we'll do some charts in our next video. Join us.